and this isn't just a Tyler Warren or a football thing. It's for everyone out there that is working a job and is doing a whole lot for the company, a whole lot for the business, that is just not being appreciated in kind of the national sense. And how you as a business owner, if you don't start appreciating your people that actually do a lot of things for you and get a lot of things done, that can lead to some absolutely horrendous results. I'm talking results in which you lose your business and all that. All right. So before I get too deep into that topic, let me address some current events, at least I'll be addressing quite a few current events this weekend throughout all my content. But the first one that I have to address is the whole Coach Bill Belichick officially becoming the head coach at the University of North Carolina. Now, this is going to be the first of probably 2, maybe 3 takes on this. All right, I'm born in 1989, so I grew up right in the heart of the Patriots dynasty. All right, so I, for the most part, am a fan, so to speak. I do enjoy. I like Bill Belichick. I read several of his books. I think the latest biography that was written about him, like the 400-page biography. I read that about him. I read Dave Halberstam's The Education of a Coach. I'm a fan of Tom Brady. You know, I appreciate greatness. I appreciate anyone that has the amount of success and the amount of Super Bowls that he's won. I appreciate the fact that there was one year that Bill Belichick won a Super Bowl, actually, and he only had 1 first-round draft pick. So his nucleus, the foundation that Coach Belichick is all about, I'm all about it. So when this whole thing about him going to UNC and becoming the head coach at UNC, it touched me a little different because, you know, he's retired nowadays. He's in the 70s. He's dating some 20-year-old cheerleader that used to be with the Patriots. You know, he's loving life. He's living life. So, you know, initially I'm like, oh man, you got Coach Belichick on a college campus. Oh, it's about. And I had a lot of jokes. That I could have came on here and said, you know, again, you got Bill Belichick, 72. He's got himself a 20-year-old girl, and now he's on college campuses. Now stuff could get a little dicey now. It could get certain things might go down, you know. But on a serious note, the thing I'm waiting before I give my full take or my full thoughts on Coach Belichick and what he did or what he decided to do as becoming the head coach for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels is I'm my personal opinion, my theory is that he's doing it to open up a doorway for his son. You know, I've been in the business. I know several coaches. I've spent time as a college scout. Know a lot of people who've coached college football, and several of them have taken jobs. They've taken college jobs specifically so they can give their son an opportunity. And if you guys don't know, his son, Coach Belichick's son, I believe is the defensive coordinator for the Washington Huskies. So my theory is that eventually his son is going to go and coach at UNC and be the defensive coordinator. And within maybe 5 years or whatever it is, 5 years, or even if he lasts only 4 years, whatever it is, eventually they're going to become his son's going to eventually become the head coach at University of North Carolina.
Kept it a long time. It's got a little wear on it.
You see my point? You see what I mean? So when you're talking about coaching jobs, and there's going to be a lot of openings, a lot of new information, a lot of jobs being shuffled around in the next month, and I'm going to be addressing all of it. But the bottom line to it is it has to come from a place in which you're willing to buy into a family. It's not just going out and getting a job that's going to pay your bills and all that kind of stuff, like a typical 9-to-5 or whatever it is, whatever you do for a living. You have to take on a coaching job as if it is something in which you're doing to help a particular family member. All right. I did a whole go back and look at one of the first episodes I've done of this show. I talked about nepotism and the positive that actually do come with nepotism. And one of the things that we just saw here is that, you know, look, Bill Belichick, he's a coach. He's a football coach. That's what he is. So I applaud him. I'm rooting for him, man. I hope they actually do well because, again, I have liked Coach Belichick over the years. Anybody that's been born and raised in Maryland, as you're going to find out in a couple as I continue with this episode, anybody that's from the DMV or been spending time in the DMV and learn their football stuff in Maryland, I'm all with it. I'm all with it. I'm here for it, baby. I'm here for it. I'm here for my DMV folks who've been born and raised in Maryland, learned the game of football in that great state of Maryland. I'm here for it. I'm always gonna ride with my guys no matter what.